Welcome to Promo Insiders, an ASI media podcast that covers the issues that matter the most to the promotional products industry. I'm Sami Marshak, data analytics editor for ASI, and today I'm speaking with the two co-founders of Elemental Bottles and Counselors 2024 Supplier Entrepreneurs of the Year. Seth Inyang and Vinh Lieu, congratulations on this award, and thanks for being with me today.
Great to be here. Thank you for having us.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. So to start off, can you guys talk about your backgrounds and what led you into the promotional products industry? And also, I'd love to hear how you two started working together and what you think makes you work well together as well.
Great.
Well, I'll start, and then Vin can talk about kind of how we got into the promo industry, because I was more him, and we kind of fell into that.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
we met. We were both engineers. Worked at the same company. I was working there first, and Vin came in as a bright intern, and we kind of hit it off. We both like product design, both in the mechanical engineering field. And really the start of our company came from, we were hanging out as friends first, and we kept going to the gym together, and we just started talking about, wanting to start a business together. We had both had an entrepreneurial background and both had projects before. Yeah, and even like the projects we had before, we had helped each other on. So yeah, we just kind of started talking, and we're like, we want to work together. And we started with Factory Nova, which really had to do with kind of building a maker space, which was more or less a gym membership type, but for usage of equipment. And our goal was to be able to have this equipment paid for so that we could eventually get into our own products. We didn't think water bottles at first, but we wanted to look into our own products and things like that, and kind of franchise also that maker space type of build out. So
okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he said it. We met we met like 12, 13, 14, 15 years ago when I was an intern at the engineering company that we used to work at. And I mean, I was an international student. So that when I was interning, it turns into the full-time job after my graduations. And then the company did the whole visa and sponsoring green card for me. So I was able to stay, and I actually became a citizen like almost a year ago.
Yeah. Oh, so, congratulations. That's so fantastic. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So after 15 years in the States, working my ass off.
Yeah.
Not really. Enjoying every moment of it. Yeah, on the business. And I have the, green card, what do you call it? Passport. So I was able to travel a lot easier, and now I can vote.
Yay. We need your vote.
Yeah. So yeah, it's exciting. Yep.
That's really great. And how do you guys cultivate the idea for Elemental Bottles? Was there a specific moment or experience that sparked the concept? Because it is a very unique concept. So I'd love to hear more about it.
Yeah. So I think when we started working on the promotional industry that we didn't even know about because of our laser engraving machines and UV printing machines, we got customers, which is, we didn't know that was distributors. They are sending us orders, right, to print and engrave on products for them. And we see these water bottles that they keep sending us water bottles, and we're like, wait, is this the industry? Like, people buying this? They start sending thousands and thousands of units, and we're like, at the time we didn't see any good looking water bottles or anything that we like to use. And these bottles are really cheap. They look cheap and they feel cheap. So we want to come in and truly want to change the drinkware business. And want to make something that is classic, will last forever, and help the environment, truly sustainable in a way that you remove the one single-use plastic bottles. Because if you have cheap reusable bottle, you don't really want to use those cheap bottles anyways.
Yeah.
So our goal originally, which is almost 8 years ago, is to come in and create high quality drinkware that people will use and use forever. Like this piece, we discontinue it because of the price point, but it's really awesome. I use this almost daily, and it's been around for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Still good, it's a glass, high quality glass, for example. But we will find ways to introduce it back to the market later on.
Seth, I don't know if you want to elaborate on that at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think Vin kind of nailed everything there, but yeah, I mean, the point was to create, a product that people actually wanted to use, not just for sustainability, but like, something they want to use to make it easier. Sustainability is a buzzword, but the second you add some sort of resistance to that, then nobody cares anymore. So you have to make sustainability easy, and making it easy means making a product that people actually want to use that then does help the environment or helps, decrease the amount of usage that destroys the environment. So that's what we aim to do. So
So why is sustainability so important to both of you? Like, why is it the most important aspect of your company, and what does it mean to you personally?
I think personally, I hate waste. Personally, I in my daily life, I really recycle and reuse as much as I can. There's no trauma aspect to this, but it's just a lifestyle. I think it's just come naturally that I want it to be that way. It's always like that forever. Even plastic bottles, if I get it, I still gonna try to use it again and again and again, as many times as I can.
That might even be cultural for both of us.
Cultural, maybe. I mean, I was in
you don't throw stuff away.
I was born and raised in Vietnam for until I was 20 years old. So we don't waste stuff, and and honestly, the plastic pollution in Vietnam or Asia that I see is horrible. So I definitely don't like that. And when I saw the opportunity here to create something, like create a difference, I jump on it right away.
Yeah, I mean, when you're our goal is, well, efficiency also has to play in this. When you're creating something and building something, you don't want it to be removing, from the space that you live in and the place that you care about. So, you want to make something that is, not just going to take, but there's got to be give. There's got to be a giving portion of it too, which is why we also have a give back side of our company outside of just the sustainability side. But yeah, you can't just take and not give something back. You need to contribute something. So.
Yeah, that's amazing. And the coffee shirts idea, that was released about a year ago, right? In 2023. I think it's fascinating. How did that idea come about, and how did you hear about kind of like the coffee grounds, like filtration process? And if you could talk more about that.
Yeah, so that's basically where it was made, in Vietnam. So I have friends in the fashion industry and also factories in Vietnam that pioneering all of these sustainable ideas. So they actually have products made out of like apparel made out of recycled shellfish, like like rocks, and really weird material that you never heard of. And there's also coffee ground, which is fascinating to me because it has all of the natural the odor property from it, as well as the coffee ground is truly used material that otherwise people will throw away. So we push into that aspect and see how we can bring that into life here in the States. So we create our own product and try that out with the coffee shirts, just because it's the material itself is a little bit expensive, and because we are pioneering it, it's hard to make, and it's costly. It's not readily available, so there's a lot of upfront costs. So we started out just the more high-end product line. So we couldn't use that same material for for example, a T-shirt, because it will be like a $60 T-shirts,
Right.
you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And for your drinkware line, what makes those products sustainable, and how do you kind of ensure eco-friendliness in the production process? Yeah.
Well, for that, I mean, really, we look at using, no plastics in the packaging.
Mm-hmm.
When we're forced to do something, where it's not necessarily like 100% recycled itself, then we make sure it can be recycled.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the packaging stuff we use is actually made from recycled materials.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big part of it. As far as production goes in the drinkware side of things, like we also try to make sure that obviously all the quality and material is of the utmost quality.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, our biggest part, we've started with packaging, and then we're also looking down the line to see if there's anything that could be made out of recycled materials too. Obviously, saying this still, that can't be necessarily the case.
Yeah.
A lot of
Mhm.
stainless steel is actually recycled stainless
Mhm.
steel. A lot of majority of it is already recycled material.
Okay.
It's just a little bit harder to prove that in
Right.
the industry, or like for us to make sure the sourcing is recycled material. It's difficult to prove that, but the
Right.
fact is a lot of the stainless steel is already like not brand new.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's why we
Yeah.
like that industry too. It's a lot of this is recycled material.
Mm-hmm. And I read that from the counselor nomination document that in 2022 to 2023, your company grew 90%, which is quite an impressive figure. So can you provide some background on how that growth came about? And yeah, like,
Right. I think I mean, it
Working
came
hard.
after, yeah, it came because referrals, I
fair.
think, in our industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we grow quite a bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Referrals, and also, I mean, for
Right.
retail, just like promo, I mean, we all of our products have been retail focused even from the beginning. We wanted to
Mhm.
be a higher or elevated brand even in
Mhm.
promo. So I think that has helped us because we've kind of carved out a path specific to us where it's like we go to Elemental for this that we don't get from anybody else. We go to other people for these things. But it's also, I mean, Vin and I were just having a meeting yesterday about this.
Mhm.
We stay refreshed. We keep creating new things. We keep going. We don't like, lean on a product that we've created in the past. It's like we make that thing and we make sure we've like, done as much as we can with that thing, but we're already talking about the next thing. In fact, sometimes we've had to slow down. We're like, okay, wait, we got to do more with that before we move on to the next thing. But we're always like
Yeah.
refreshing and coming up with new things. So I think that also helps keep us
Yeah.
relevant in the promo space. They buy a piece of our drinkware, or a corporation buys our drinkware one time for an event or something. We got to give them something new the next time if they're going to buy again from that distributor.
Okay.
We try to forecast like the demand for the future and right work off that. We also, for our client base, we service them well, and we take care of our customers and distributors. We make sure trust is everything.
Mhm.
Our personal level with our distributors is really, really good. We love this industry, like the promotional industry.
Yeah.
The distributors are amazing to work with. There's some that if we don't want to work with, we don't, but majority is really nice people. And if we keep their promises, which we have never failed to, we keep getting the businesses, and the company programs from the distributors are really helping as well. So once they trust us, we got into more and more big programs and bigger projects. So that grew the company quite a bit, from small orders to really, really large orders, and from smaller clientele to like a lot of clientele. And I think we almost work with almost all of the Fortune 500 companies through these distributors.
Wow.
Yeah. And some of our customization.
From like small projects to like company programs to even in like stores, Audi dealerships and like and all that. Like, we everywhere, and we in almost all of the major airports now too, because of the trust.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah.
I was going to say some of our customization options too, from the drinkware perspective. I mean, we offer customization that a lot of the other companies will not offer or don't offer. And it's not just printing on a bottle or even change the colored bottle, but just because of the product we've created, like, we have customization options that can't exist anywhere else because we own the patent to those products.
Right.
So we do have some really cool customization options through us that you just can't do anywhere else.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I saw with the vessel. That was very cool. And so is there any advice the two of you would give other suppliers on how to grow their own companies and succeed as entrepreneurs? And like from your experience, kind of achieve the type of success that you have.
Right. For me, I think relationship with
Mhm.
the ASI team. You guys gave us a lot of guidance. Mary Sales gave me a lot of guidance and do a lot of intro for me. There's other, Sage and the Distributor Central, like everybody's doing their job of helping, and distributors as well, like good distributors, and they help a lot. They give a lot of advices, and you should join this group, right? Like exclusive group, legacy group, or premier group. These buying group actually helps a lot, boosting the business. So I think as entrepreneurs, just be open-minded and take advices and try to see different options. And the sky's the limit, really. There's so many distributors in our industry. So really, if you have a good product, you could make hundreds of millions of dollars with just one product.
Yep. Seth, anything you want to add to that? Yeah.
I was pretty much going to say the same thing. I mean, I think relationships are everything. Networking is everything. I used to hear that. I never understood what it meant until I had something to offer. So obviously you got to have something to offer, but then after that, it's also, being around other suppliers, being around who you want to be like and understanding what they do, understanding the mistakes they've made and them. Even on the retail side, because I go to a lot of retail shows, it's talking. I get more from talking to other vendors than sitting there and waiting for buyers to come to me. So you can go to a show and literally talk to every vendor around you, or get in a showroom, talk to every vendor around you, or go to a show, talk to all the suppliers. You're going to learn more than you would have learned sometimes, even waiting for distributors to come talk to you or waiting for buyers to come talk to you, because everybody in that space with everybody. So they already know who you need to talk to, and they already know what might work for you. So same thing, pretty much.
Yeah, it's a lot of personal relationship in this industry. Yeah. A lot of time we don't even talk about work.
Yeah.
A lot of time we hang out, we talk about, how everything is, and how we can help each other in our business. Suppliers can help distributors in some shape or form too, outside of their providing the product.
Right, of course. So I'm interested, what are your guys' goals in the next 5 years for Elemental Bottles, and how do you plan on continuing to innovate and expand your product collection from here on?
We have a 2 years plan, but
2-year plan. Well, not 5 years.
I mean, we're gonna take over the world, obviously.
Yeah.
I'll let Seth go with that.
I mean that is the goal, is to have worldwide brand recognition. We have several initiatives that we're working on right now to make that happen. We are working on a lot more products. We're working on products outside of just drinkware, which we already have been, but we're pushing that even more. We're trying to have more of a social presence, so we're doing a lot more on social media and networking, PR things. But yeah, I mean, our goal is to be a worldwide brand. So that's in general, without getting into specifics of products and things like that, while paying attention to our goals of sustainability and give back. But we just went through a whole rebranding that we're going to be pushing out there, and really honing in on our true skills and yeah, it was funny because we had to learn. We know who we are, we think, but I was joking around with Vin. It's kind of like a counseling session because we did this whole branding workshop to really, hone in on what works for us so that we can really push this brand. So that's the goal. Yeah, world domination, like Vin said.
I
World
wish you the best of
domination.
luck. Yeah. And I think
Thank
you
you so
can
much.
achieve it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate your time today. And for our viewers, for more coverage of our 2024 Counselor Awards, please head to asicentral.com/news. Thanks for listening, and congratulations again, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Samantha.